All righty, it is 8 o'clock, which means it is time for us to do a live stream. And today's live stream is our new products for this week. We missed last time, not feeling well and whatnot. So we're definitely here today with some new products for this week. If you're unfamiliar with our channel, I'm Dani, and this is Laura.
Hello.
We both have our own individual channels, as you can see by our little name badges here. But this is our channel, DoubleBookedCo, and we have an Etsy shop that we sell bookish gifts and books and all sorts of things. So we use these live launches to say hello and show you what we're going to be putting out on our shop. And for us, we put it the very next day. So you can see by the little ticker on the bottom there, all these products will be available tomorrow, which is Wednesday, February 7th. Usually by like 10 a.m. is when I get them out. So if you are here, make sure you say hello, and we'll kind of get in there and show you what we have. Before that, and I see cool gamers here. Hello.
Hello.
We are going to talk a little bit about our book club. So DoubleBookedCo also has a book club. This month, February, we are going to be reading Amy Tan's The Kitchen God's Wife. So if you're interested in joining us for our read this month, that is our February pick. And we do reading sprints along with these picks. So our reading sprints for this month are actually this evening. So right away after this live stream, we'll start another live stream that will be our reading sprints. And usually Laura and I start the book that evening. Now you can read whatever you'd like during the reading sprints. You can do different things. Just hang out with us. That's totally fine. But the way we pick our books is by poll. So we'll provide you with the books that we have selected for that month, and then our book club gets to pick that. So Laura is going to kind of talk about what March looks like. Since we are heading into another month, we need to get some time for you all to choose those books. Mm-hmm. So Laura's going to go ahead and talk about what March looks like. Before we do that, just want to say hi, Andy.
Oh, hi, Andy.
Hi, Kim.
And
nice to see you, ladies. Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Hi. Okay, well, we've got time to vote for March now. So March, there's a lot of things going on. I don't know about your life, Dani. My life is pretty chaotic right now. I was trying to keep it easy, so all the picks are middle grade this month for middle grade March. So hopefully, fingers crossed, these are actually really easy reads. If nothing else, the page count will be high, but the print should be a lot larger. So bonus for those of us with old eyes as well. Okay, so I've got 3 samples here. They are, varying in age. So this is from 1971 originally. And like a ding dong, I forgot this person wrote books as well. So this is by Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews Edwards, her married name. This is Mandy. Here's the cover. So, Mandy, a 10-year-old orphan, dreams of a place to call her own. Escaping over the orphanage wall to explore the outside world, Mandy discovers a tiny deserted cottage in the woods. All through the spring, summer, and fall, Mandy works to make it truly hers. Sometimes she borrows things she needs from the orphanage. Sometimes, to guard her secret, she even lies. Then, one stormy night at the cottage, Mandy gets sick, and no one knows how to find her except a special friend she didn't know she had. So, Mandy, sounds kind of sweet.
I knew that Julie Andrews, she wrote books, but I thought she only wrote like children's books. So that's really interesting that it's a middle grade book.
Oh, there are a lot of them. I'm seeing in the back. My edition is from 1999, and it's just over 300 pages with illustrations. So there's for that.
Beautiful cover.
Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, then next up we have a newer book, and this is Book Scavenger by Jennifer Chambliss Burtman. Oh, it's got deckled edges. You might get this on Dani. Okay, 12-year-old Emily is on the move again. Her family is relocating to San Francisco, home of her literary idol, Garrison Griswold, creator of the online sensation Book Scavenger, a game where books are hidden all over the country, and clues to find them are revealed through puzzles. But Emily soon learns that Griswold has been attacked and is in a coma, and no one knows anything about the epic new game he had been poised to launch. Then Emily and her new friend James discover an odd book, which they come to believe is from Griswold and leads to a valuable prize. But there are others on the hunt for this special book, and Emily and James must race to solve the puzzles Griswold left behind before his attackers come after them. This is also...
That one looks fun.
I know, sort of illustrated, but then there's little like clues and things written out differently. So yeah, more of an adventure set around.
Kind of reminds me of Green Glass House that we read last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives me this vibes and also kind of Ready Player One vibes.
Ooh.
Questing game vibes.
Okay.
For some reason. So it's number 2. And the last one was originally published, I think it's a little bit older, in 1939 originally. I didn't know that. Mine's for 2007. Okay, so it's a somewhat forgotten classic, at least here in the States. I think it's more popular in the UK. But this is A Traveler in Time by Alison Utley.
Oh, that's a really pretty cover.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when Penelope Taberner goes to stay with her great aunt and uncle at the remote farmhouse, she discovers a secret that allows her to travel back and forth to the 16th century. There she becomes involved in the lives of the Babington family and their plot to rescue the imprisoned Mary Queen of Scots. Caught between Tudor history and the present, Penelope can only watch helplessly as tragic events bring danger to her friends. But can her knowledge of the future change the past? So,
I've been reading so much Tudor stuff lately. Like, that sounds so interesting.
Yeah. I know. This one is just under 400 pages.
Wow.
So, and Book Scavenger.
Exciting.
I know. Book Scavenger is around $3.50, so not bad. So there we go.
So if you are interested in voting for those 3 books, those are the March picks. So like Laura said, middle grade March. So they're all middle grade books. We will usually post those in our personal channels the following day, so you see that tomorrow. But the voting starts now. You can vote in the comments of this video once it is posted, and then on my community tab, and then Laura's community tab, and that'll be open until the 20th, which is the day before our next live stream. And then in that live stream, you'll find out what book we'll be reading in March, so that you'll have plenty of time to find it. I have a feeling that we're all going to need a little bit of help finding those books.
I know.
I'm really interested. Laura and I do not vote, so we can't hinder that in any way. But I definitely have a tier of which ones I would want to read more, but they all sound really exciting. So I'm really excited to see what we'll be reading.
Yeah, they've seen all these before at my local library as well. So know that they do it in libraries. So
awesome.
Should be able to
Looks like our friend Allie is here. Okay. Good morning, Allie. I hope you're doing well. Yay, Andy loves the middle grade March.
Awesome.
Yep. Classic curator. It's funny, I can hear my baby and she's like talking a lot, like blah, 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 blah. Her dad's getting her ready for bed. She's just babbling really loudly. She's across the hall. Anywho, Allie said her descriptions of nature are very good from what I recall. I think her most favorite books are the Little Gray Rabbit series. Oh, yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I do that. I am familiar with that. Very nice. She's in there screaming. He must be making her laugh. Sorry. Okay. So on to our new products. So again, these are all of the products that we will be launching in our Etsy shop tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 8th. So these will drop around 10 a.m. And a little bit of a lighter drop, but more so in the books. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And then I will be able to show you our gallery. So we do have one set of bookmarks. So these bookmarks you can see are like shelves of books, but you can't see the actual shelves. So we have books and like succulents and different kind of house plants. Some are in those little terrariums. It just depends on which cut you get. As always, our cut lines vary with the bookmarks. But it's a white backing with all these kind of pastel-y colors. And then the back side is this pale pink with coral lines, but they're meant to look like books. Like they're kind of just all there. And then, you know, I like the idea of like these books being there, but the shelves being gone. I think it just is a really nice, clean look. So those are the new set of bookmarks we have.
Your screen isn't sharing.
Oh, no.
Just us.
Oh.
So I was like, no.
Let me see here. Sorry about that. You had a really descriptive description of what these bookmarks look like. How about now?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So like I said before, here you go. So no bookshelves, but they're definitely shelved books. So all different kinds of colors. And then, like I said, the backside is a pale pink with coral lines that are meant to be like more books. I really like this. I think it's nice and crisp and classy. And I like all the little potted plants that kind of go along with it. So it's always super fun. The next item we have are some date night they're like little plaques, I guess you could say. And we have some in a black and white script and then a white and black typeface. So these say date night with my book because, hey, everyone has a date night with a book. Me and Laura probably more often than not. But these are, we have two of each. So here is the white. So you can see white backing with the black type. And it just says date night with my book. And then same with the black and white script. And that's just date night with my book. And then we have some books for sale. So this one here is a true crime nonfiction hardcover. The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher, A Shocking Murder and the Undoing of a Great Victorian Detective. And I think, Laura, did you say you've read this one?
Yeah, it's really detailed. And it's one of the first kind of investigations we would consider like a modern detective investigation. It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah. Looks really good. Mm-hmm. And then we have Margaret Atwood's The Testaments. So this is the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale. If anyone's familiar with that. I'm sure no one's heard of it. And then we're doing some bundles. So these are going to be 2 for $5. Some have similar authors, some just similar genres, but we have these James Patterson books. We have some standalones. So these are some Stephen King books that we're having. They're just mass markets. So we have 3 different Stephen King books, all mass markets. Here's another bundle. Some Anne Rice in a bundle as well. And then The Cat Who Said, or The Cat Who. Now, Laura, have you read any of these cat books?
My mom did when I was growing up. She read them. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah, I see them a lot when I go to the thrift store, but I've not ever read them. Mm-hmm. But they're always very loud. Like their coloring, their covers are always very, very loud. But so those are the items that you will see in our Etsy shop tomorrow at by 10 a.m. essentially. Oh, here, Hallie. Are you sharing your screen? I can't see you once I start sharing. That's why I didn't notice that it wasn't happening because it literally puts me right into the other screen. So I never even see if it's working. So thanks, Laura, for saying something. Yeah. Keep us in suspense, she says. Yes. Well, I was just, wanted to work on my description vibes and see if like you guys could understand what I was saying without actually saying it. You know, Allie, we have, and here's what I'm going to tell you about that. I would love to do a bookmark subscription. And what would that mean? Like, okay, so monthly we would put a box together that would have, new bookmarks and maybe some other things in there. Because there are quite a few of you who do buy our bookmarks almost every time they come out, which is amazing. And I would love to extend some kind of like, deal on a subscription. However, I will tell you why we don't. It's because Etsy is a fiery dragon of a bad word. Etsy like literally steals money from you, like hardcore. We get charged for posting things, we get charged for selling things, we get charged for, everything that happens on Etsy, you get charged. You get charged a transaction fee, you get charged a posting fee, you get charged a shipping / oh, you sold this, so now we do that. They will randomly put your stuff on their own ads, and then if you get a click from that ad, they then charge you off of that when you never even wanted ads. So Etsy charges us through the roof for a lot of things. And we try to keep our costs low to you all. We try to keep things low so that it's worth it for you. So we eat a lot of that cost. And when it comes to shipping fees, it's definitely a lot is there. So to do a subscription, it would literally, I would feel like it would cost us money to do it. So until we can find a different venue to do that in, that's kind of on hold. I have seen like specifically for like when I got my wedding invitations done, I did them through Etsy and the seller was amazing. But the way she sold them was very unusual. And Laura, you've probably seen this a lot more than I have, just because you have been a Etsy buyer much longer than I have. I just only started when I was getting married. But she sold, I can't even remember what she called it, but it was basically a proof. And it was like $5. So you would pay for the proof. And then when she contacted you, she would say, okay, so what are you looking for? You would kind of connect with her. And then when it was all said and done, she would give you the final price minus the $5 proof. And then you would pay her through like PayPal. And it wouldn't go through Etsy because otherwise, because when you pay for your invitations, it's like, I don't remember what it was, but let's just say it was $200. Well, Etsy's going to get 6% off of that plus a transaction. It's insane. So Etsy's going to like steal your profit. So I get how some of these sellers kind of circumvent that. So we have to figure out how to do that without it being a lot of extra work. I'm thinking at some point we will probably start a Patreon and have it go through that venue, because that actually, like Patreon doesn't steal money from you, but you kind of have to have the base for it. So I think if we continue to grow our home base, which is all of you, which we're getting there, I think we can definitely think about moving that to our own website at some point, and then we don't have to worry about Etsy. We only worry about our own website, or do a Patreon, which I've seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of like booktubers or other people that I know start things like that where it's a monthly thing. Because then Patreon just automatically bills your, whatever your payment is, and then me as the seller receives that, or me as the creator receives that. But I know Laura and I talk about that all the time, like doing something fun like that, because Laura does a lot with like stickers with subscriptions, and it's super fun to like get something new for the month. And I think about that all the time because we have so many new bookmarks that it would be fun as a subscriber to not have to like think about it and just be like, oh, I wonder what bookmarks I'm going to get this month, or, and then when we do something new, like sometimes I just make random things and it doesn't go to our Etsy shop for like months because I'm like, I don't really know if I like this and how is this going to go. And like it sits there, and those are the kinds of things that could go in a subscription box and be like, new product alert, we're thinking about adding this. What do you think? And it's part of your subscription. So yeah, we do think about it a lot, but Etsy makes it really hard to think about new things because they make it really difficult to feel like you're getting paid for it. I mean, when I look at our transaction stuff, I mean, it's like fee. Oh, you got a little deposit in your account. Fee. So it's a hindrance sometimes. And you may ask yourself, why are you selling on Etsy then? It's because that's where everyone is. You got to start somewhere. So until you kind of build up your base, you build up your community, you kind of got to start somewhere. And a lot of the other places have similar fees. They're just hiding it behind the fact that they're lower than Etsy. Like Shopify has fees, they all have fees. Having your own website is really where it's at, but there's no traffic in a website that no one knows about. So kind of have to take the good with the bad and yada, yada, yada. So that was a long-winded way of answering your question, but I very much appreciate that. And yes, at some point we will have some kind of subscription box for sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Patreon. I'm sorry I didn't say that before, but yes.
Yeah, no, you're not.
No. We don't feel like you're hassling. You're giving us great ideas, and yeah, no, we do think about that kind of stuff, and it's all dependent on where we are in our life. We got a lot of stuff going on, and how we can kind of balance it all. And I think, and I know I speak for both of us a lot, and so if I'm ever wrong, please do stop me, Laura. But Patreon's a hard one because I don't ever want to make it seem like we're just asking people for money. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times I have seen, and this I'm kind of speaking more so as us as booktubers, I have seen people like announce on their channels that they're going to do a Patreon, and people lose their minds. Like, I can't believe you would do that, and like that's asking for charity and blah. And it's like, no, it's a creator who creates content that you absorb on a regular basis, of which they do for free, asking if anyone feels like it, would like to contribute to their creating, to feel free to do so. And here's the place you can do it. I've seen so many people just get torn apart in comment sections for having the audacity to create a Patreon. Now, I support other channels through Patreon. I support travel channels. I've supported booktube channels. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, just depending on where I am in life and how much I can contribute. And sometimes it's $1 a month, sometimes it's $2 a month, sometimes it's $5 a month. It just depends on what you're doing. But yeah, these people like chew you a new one for having the audacity to ask or to create a platform where people can like provide you like, thank you for making content that I absorb every day. So yeah, So that's why I hesitate with it, because I don't want to like rub people the wrong way, but at the same time I'm kind of like, I kind of do all this for free. So yeah. Etsy is like should have a crime. It used to be like 5% for transaction fees. Now they've raised it to like 6.5. It's really ridiculous. Yeah. So, and that might seem small, but when you're having products that are $3, it's a big deal, because you had to post that product, then you get a transaction fee again when it sells, and then on top of that, you get a percentage taken off of it. So it's annoying, but it is what it is. I could talk about it all day. Yeah, when I first found BookTube, I was like, who would pay for Patreon? Yep. It is, and it really depends on, so I don't support anybody right now through Patreon just because I haven't been really on the bus lately. But when I did, it all depended on like what they did on Patreon. Like I had some travel people that I supported, and their lowest tier was $5. And that was supposed to have like, they did a live show and then you got like access to their videos sooner. Well, they were terrible at it. Like they would do a live show like once a quarter when it was supposed to be once a month. And that's when I got really agitated, and I was like, okay, I'm really not here to just like tip you. Because it was annoying that like the promise wasn't met. Like now, if they would have just said like, this is just, you're just tipping us, then fine. Then I know. But like when you're saying I'm going to get certain things for doing it, then you should probably do it. So, but anywho, want to get off that soapbox. But that's really it. That's all we have. So we have our book club picks for March. Those are going to be posted on our personal channels, Spinelli Speaks and Book Bubbler, tomorrow sometime. But you can also comment in the video comments of this live stream once it's posted, which one, and I'll put those in the comments as well. And then this month we are reading Amy Tan's The Kitchen God's Wife, which will be starting literally in 1 minute. I spoke too long because now I'm not going to have any time to hurry up and go to a different location. And then all of our new products that we showed you this evening will be posted in our Etsy shop tomorrow by 10 a.m. So I feel like I just like talk the whole time. Okay, folks, if you're going to be joining us for our reading sprints, they are happening in about 30 seconds. So no worries. And Allie, no, you're all good. It's all in good fun. I mean, it's the same. The discussion pertains to our channel and our shop. So it wasn't derailed. You're all good. Okay, folks, we'll see you in a little bit. If you're reading with us, we are looking forward to it. Bye-bye.